What's up guys, today I'm going to show you the best macro for BGS Infinity. This is going to be for specifically farming coins. This was made by myself, so I'm going to show off the macro, then I'll show you how to install and use it, and then we'll go over the macro so you know everything that it's doing in the background. Alright, so here is what the macro looks like in use. Essentially what it does is it first opens your map and teleports you to the very top world, because that's where you're going to be getting the most coins, and then it's going to walk you in a specific pattern that I organized where it's going to basically pick up all of the coin pickups as well as the gym pickups. So I tested this out quite a bit, so hopefully I got the pathing right. I have yet to have it to where it hasn't picked up a certain item pickup. So you have that issue, make sure your magnet is maxed out all the way in the masteries. Yeah, I will just continue this loop over and over and over again, picking up all of these items, and that is the most efficient way to do this. Now let's get into how to actually install this macro and use it. So the first thing required is auto hotkey. If you don't know what this is, essentially it's just a macro program that allows you to press different button combinations and click. You can do research on it if you really want to, but go ahead and click on the download button and click version 1.1. You do need this version, it is important. So after you have that downloaded, you now need the macro I've created. So to get that download, go over to my Discord server. It's the first link in the description, and under the information tab, you're going to find the macros channel. And in this channel, you're going to see the auto coin farm for BGS Infinity. So just click on that and it's going to open up where you can see how to use the macro as well as the download link. So just go ahead and click the download button there. After you have both of those things set up, you are going to need to rejoin the game to get your camera in the right position. So at this time, you can go ahead and use your boost. You don't have any coins, potions activated, so you can maximize your output, as well as golden orbs. I would recommend using these because it makes the pickup spawn a lot faster. So let's go ahead and rejoin the game before we start our macro up. So as soon as you load in, make sure you're not in full screen mode, by the way, because the positioning will be messed up. Make sure you're just in the windowed mode of Roblox. Now you can go ahead and open up your macro. You will know it's open when you see the toolbox in the top left here telling you how to use the macro. Make sure you didn't touch your movement keys at all, otherwise you're going to mess everything up and you will just have to rejoin. So go ahead and click F1 to start the macro, and you already saw what this does. It's just going to go and teleport you to the very top of the map, and then it's going to just walk in that button sequence that we saw earlier, and then it will just loop through, and that's how the macro works. And to actually stop the macro, in case you can't see me top left, click F2 on your keyboard and it will stop the macro and you have control again. And that's essentially all there is to the macro. This is going to be the best way to farm coins in this game as of now, because blowing bubbles actually is not that good for getting money. So real quick, here is the code to the macro. I just wanted to go over this really quick. So you can change the map loading time if you need to. What that means, essentially, if you click M on your keyboard to open up the map, and that loading time kind of takes a while. However, if that takes longer for you, then go ahead and increase this number up. So it's in milliseconds. So this is 2.5 seconds. So if you want 3 seconds, then put it to 3000, etc. I'm not sure if the loading time in this game actually changes depending on like your internet or computer performance. So just in case, I did add that customization in there. And also real quick, here is a rundown of what the macro does in case you are curious. So all this is essentially just telling it to create that GUI pop-up to tell you how to use the macro. And here's what happens after you press the F1 key. So it's going to open up your map and wait that amount of time that you put in. And essentially it's just going to click 6 times in the position where that arrow is to go to the top of the map. And it's going to teleport you there with this. And then it just clicks all of those buttons, WAS and D sequence, to basically move you in the pattern that it was moving you in. And then it just does that with a loop. So then it infinitely does it until you close it with F2. So yeah, that's the macro. If I did help you out, please make sure to drop a like on the video. Once again, the Discord is the first link in the description, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Notifications on. I'm uploading a ton of content. So yeah, hopefully I helped you guys out. See you in the next one.